When December comes, I bet you want to wrap me all up and take me home with you. See what I look like under them lights. We'll keep it quiet, whatever.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are on Vlogmas day, I don't know if it's day 4 or 5, whatever the title says is whatever it will be. We're a day late, behind, forward, backward, I don't know. I really don't. We have my little sister Nicole with us. She doesn't have a YouTube channel.
She's not important.
Irrelevant. And we have Marquand. I will leave his YouTube link down below. I guess I'll leave Nicole's Instagram or something so she doesn't get upset. But
I don't care.
No favoritism.
none whatsoever. So today we thought we would tell you guys some horror stories as we all work in retail, and it's all different kinds of retail. So I'm going to let Nicole go ahead first.
Okay, so I work for a little company called Build-A-Bear. You might have heard of it. Over the summer we had a really wonderful event, if that's what you want to call it, called Pay Your Age. Basically what the premise of the event was, you bring your kid to the store and you pay however old your child is for a teddy bear. So we had bears upwards of $42. If you have a 3-year-old, you pay $3 for it. There was no proof necessary that you had to show, like no birth certificates or anything. You just showed up and that was it. So me, being the retail employee that I was, knew, wow, this is gonna be a lot. So, and it sure was. The company did not expect it to be anything crazy, but it was. And it was advertised locally on news channels, nationally, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Everyone knew about it. All you had to do was be signed up as a rewards member, which we call our bonus club. It wasn't for people that were already signed up. Anyone could sign up. If you weren't already signed up, you could go in the store and sign up the day that you did that event. This was July 12th, I think. And let's just say that things took a turn. I think we opened at 8 a.m., 8 or 9 a.m. when we normally open at 10. And the lines were out the door of the mall, which is a very big mall. It's one of the biggest ones in the United States. And you know, it was really crazy. So eventually we had to shut down the line and people couldn't get in because there was just the influx.
Too many people.
There was too many people. It was a safety hazard. The store was a mess. We were breaking fire codes because there were people in there. So the company shut down the event in the middle of the day, but our store specifically shut it down like maybe an hour or two before that because local authorities were like, no. So we close the line. We say no one else can get in the line. If you're not in line, you're not getting in the store. Even if you want to look at something, you can't do that. And people were upset about that. And I was in charge of line management at the time. And so I had to turn people away, and we gave them coupons and said like, hey, you know, come back, get $50 off of an animal if you want. We're so sorry. Most people were fine with it. Not everyone was. And there were people that continued to wait there until the last guest that was in line got in store. And they were like, well, why can't you let us in? And we were like, well, as aforementioned, if you're not in line, you can't get into the store. And they were like throwing a fit, freaking out, threatening to film us and post us on YouTube. And I was like, okay, what?
Well, here we are.
Hey guys. We weren't doing anything wrong, but like we were shut down, not just by us. It wasn't our choice. One, it was the company's choice. Two, it was police saying no. And people freaked out. There's a lot more that I could talk about, but that's a whole other day. Let's just say this didn't end on the day of the event. It lasted throughout the entire summer. And people were insane. People from other stores in our district literally got death threats because of a bear.
Wow.
You know, that wasn't eligible for a coupon to be used on or something. So yeah, it was a lot. And it was very stressful for me.
You'd think we live in Florida with how crazy people are out
Right.
here.
Well, apparently.
Sounds like you
We
should
do.
make your own YouTube video. I mean, YouTube channel and like
Perhaps.
make a video about it, sis.
You should actually probably blur out my face because I shouldn't be discussing
All
about the
right,
company.
thank you. Next. All right, so
Thank you.
next. Okay, so Marquand's gonna be telling us about where do you even work right now?
Sis, I work at Chipotle and it's a whole mood. Let's start off with that. I started at Chipotle 6 months ago. I've been at the company for 6 months. Now the company is lit and everything and whatever.
Yeah, I got snacks.
We have snacks. But I've already worked at 2 separate stores, right? And so I'm gonna tell you the rundown of what happened and why I was transferred. Wow.
Sorry.
So it all started on a beautiful sunny day in October. Yeah, it was October. Yeah. So wow, I'm not afraid. But it started. Came into work. I was all happy and whatever. I had been at the time training to become a kitchen manager, which I'm a kitchen manager now.
Congrats.
Yes.
Thank you. And
Congratulations.
You don't even watch RuPaul's
I don't.
But basically, I had to open grill and like cook all the food, make sure everything was up to code for all of the unnecessary and ungrateful customers that walk through the door. So I'm in the back cooking the food, and it starts to get busy. And when it gets busy, I have panic attacks. So I'm cooking the food and I'm cutting chicken. And all of a sudden, the person that is taking care of the customers on the line, they're like, we're out of white rice. So I look at them and I'm like, excuse me, I'm in the middle of cutting chicken and you want me to mix you rice. I have 2 hands, not 76 arms, okay? I can't do that right now. And then they're like, well, I need the white rice right now. So I proceed to stop cutting chicken and go and mix the white rice. And so as I'm mixing the rice, my boss at the time is like, I need the chicken. Well, I'm like, I'm sorry, the chicken is not done. And so at this point, I'm getting angry because you're asking me to do things that I can't magically do. And so all of a sudden, this little Mexican lady runs around. This little Mexican lady is my boss, right? She runs around the back and she's like, go to the line. And I'm like, sis, I'm okay. You just need to learn how to be patient. And she's like, no, go to the line. And I'm like, okay, listen, I know what I'm doing, okay? So how about you calm down now and stop yelling at me because I'm not going to deal with this. So I'm getting irritated. I'm getting frustrated. And I don't want to be there anymore. So I remove myself from the situation. I go and grab my clothes, my bag, and I walk out.
Like a
I
true
leave
cancer.
the restaurant. Alright, and so I'm having a panic attack while I'm driving home. I left my shift because I felt as though I shouldn't be getting yelled at for something that I could not control. I can't control the fact that I have to cut chicken and
stir rice.
Stir rice, right? So in the end, I go home, I cool off, and I realize I made a mistake because, I'm without a job now. So I go back to apologize, yada, yada, yada. She's like, I accept your apology, but you can't work here anymore. Plot twist. District manager disowned everything she was saying, and I still have a new job, but it's just at a different location.
So what we hear is that you rised from the ashes.
Like a phoenix.
And you really did it. You pulled it off.
Amazing. I guess we'll talk about my retail story. I feel like
You're the last one.
it's the least juicy. I've been working in retail in cosmetics since 1303, since Reagan was in office. But currently...
Before the U.S. was founded.
Currently, I am at an Ulta Beauty, and if you're familiar with Ulta Beauty, we've got the high-end stuff and we've got the low-end stuff. There's lots of sales that go on at Ulta, and I just also want to mention, so I don't work as someone that helps with makeup, and I don't work as a cashier. At Ulta, I work through benefit for them, and I do wax people's faces and eyebrows and all that kind of stuff. But obviously if I have no appointments, I'm gonna help whoever in the store. Is my battery good?
Your battery's good.
Okay, just checking. So like a week ago, we were doing a buy two, get one free for shampoos and conditioners and just like high-end salon quality hair brands. So this man comes in.
Oh, it's a man.
It's a man. And he was like, where are the American Crew products? And I show him, there's like a little men's shop where it was at. And I'm like, here. And he found whatever he needed. And then he finds me again and he's like, you only have 2 of these and it's buy 2, get 1 free. And I'm like, okay, I can go check the back and see if we have another. Side note, there's never anything in the back. I always, like, I don't even go back there and just like mess around. I always go back and I like make an effort to check, and like my manager will just be like, there's nothing there. So like, but I'm like, just double checking. And then we also have these little like devices where you can scan a barcode and see if it's anywhere in the store. We do all that, it doesn't exist. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, if you want, like, since you have 2 of the shampoos that you want, you can get your 3rd item for free, like a hair gel or something, and then return that for when we get more of your shampoo in stock. He's not trying to do that. So then I'm like, well, we can order it for you online and it'll ship to you free. So my manager, because I don't normally work the cash register or anything like that, I don't normally order stuff for people online. I just tell them they can do it at the register and then someone else handles it. So my manager is walking me through ordering all this stuff for him, and then he's like, never mind, can you see if the other store, this other location near us, has it? And I'm like, okay.
Thank you for wasting my time.
You're right. So I go back.
Reclaiming my time.
Oh my, I truly had to reclaim my time. I go back to the salon phone because it's so loud up at the register. I'm trying to call. He keeps like, they keep putting me on hold, and this is a thing that happens unfortunately a lot when you call a store, where they'll like pick up at the salon and ask you what you need, pick up at the register and ask you what you need. So you have to explain your whole thing like 3 separate times, which I did, and it's like fine. I like kept my cool throughout all of this. And then as I'm on the phone, he's like yelling at me while I'm on hold to like say the proper name of the shampoo, because it's not just the daily shampoo, it's the daily moisturizing shampoo. So
We heard you, sir.
And it's the liter size. I kept saying the big size, assuming people would understand that big is the liter and small is the tube. So
Apparently not.
So while I'm on hold, because it was a long hold, he's like trying to order now off of his phone on his app. And I think another issue we had, I totally forgot this part, was he had a $5 off of 15 coupon, and normally you can't mix and match stuff, like you're already getting 2 for free and whatever. And then another reason he didn't want to order it online is when we order online, it doesn't give you a promo like entry spot where you could put that in. So while I'm on hold with the other store, he's like, well, why can't your phone do that, but mine can? And I'm like, sir, like, it doesn't.
I don't have a phone.
Right. It looks like an iPhone.
Calm down.
The device looks like an iPhone, so I'll give him that, because apparently everyone over 40 doesn't realize that. So people, whenever it's a mobile thing, they're like, you left your phone over there, and I'm like, it's not my phone. I'm not on my phone at work. I didn't pull out my personal phone.
Exactly.
To order you.
Right, God, like I'm not that good. Okay, so we can't enter that on that specific interface, blah, blah, blah. The other store ends up having it. He still doesn't understand, and he asks me if I know that I left my phone up there. And then at this point, I was just frustrated, and I was like, sir, the Mia device belongs at the register. Like, I was like, let me throw in that jargon, because he's not understanding. The other store had his stuff. I hope he went and picked it up. I do not wish to ever see him again. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless us all.